Hey everybody, Adam here for True North Wilds, and this is the January unboxing of the Mystery Tackle Box Elite Bass Box. I get the Bass Box because it's the only one available to me here in Canada. Some of you who've been watching may know that I got this back in the spring when it first came out and was first available to me. I tried it for 3 or 4 months, had mixed feelings on it, figured I would take a break from it, let them sort some issues out, and then pick it up again later. So that's what I did. So I gave it the whole summer and then just recently started getting them again. So this is again the 3rd or 4th one that I've gotten now. I still have mixed feelings. I've had mixed results. You can go back, you can check those mixed results out on my last videos for them. My last box for it was really good, so I have high hopes for this one. And depending on how this one goes, will sort of determine if I renew my subscription or not. So I'm looking forward to diving in here and taking a look. I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. Giving it a shake, it sounds like it's got a lot of hard baits in it. I don't hear a lot of plastic, so that is a good sign right off the bat. So I'm going to open this up. While I'm doing that, don't forget you can follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/TrueNorthWilds, on Instagram @TrueNorthWilds, and of course our blog site, TrueNorthWilds.com. So starting off in no particular order, we have a Bagley Diving B1. Bagley makes some really nice stuff. I'm always happy to get Bagley baits. This is a Diving Balsa B1. Sort of a classic bass lure, these Bagley diving balsas. I have a variety of them in different shapes, different weights, different colors. I'm always excited to get them. So this is a nice sort of natural color one. It's got the green on top. It's got the orange on the belly. It's not super flashy. It's more of a clear water lure, that nice natural presentation. Really cool shape on this one. That really fat belly with a narrow tail. Big diving bill. This will go down pretty deep. Says it'll go down about 6 to 10 feet. So that's a good depth, going down deep for those bass sitting down in the boulders. Bounce it off those boulders, bounce it off some tree stumps. That'll be a fun one to use. I'm happy with that. It's a good lure. Bagley is really quality stuff. Next up we have the Duo International Spin Bait 80. I've never heard of this company, and this looks like a really cool lure. I'm going to open this up. Let's take a look. So it says on the package that the dive depth is 5 to 15 feet. That's a pretty big range. So that's interesting. That's neat. You can mix it up depending on what kind of structure and stuff that you have. Gives you some options. It's a nice clear whitish color. It's got the solid white on the top, but then the body itself is pretty clear, and you get that little bit of color in the middle there. A little bit of a flash of bluish, very subtle. The interesting part, you got these propellers on the front and the back, and they're just a really cool shape of propeller. They got a neat blade shape to them. I've never used a diving lure that has this much weight to it. It's a heavy lure, and you can actually see the weights in there. I've never used one of these with propellers. All the propeller baits that I've used have been surface lures or diving, 1 to 3 feet. So going down to 15 feet with the propellers like that, really interested to see how that works. I think that could have some pretty good success. It's a nice color. That white will really show up in the water. So I can use this in more of a murky water, more stained water, which I have a lot of here. So I'm pretty happy about that. I'm looking forward to giving that a try. This is a really neat lure. So we got some hooks. We got some twist lock jig rigs. So these are hooks that come with weights attached to them. And so the weight will hold the line down, and then your hook is out to the side. It's sort of like a drop shot style, but it's all there sort of in one unit. Terminal tackle, always fun to get. You can never go wrong getting more hooks and weights especially, and sort of a specialized thing like this is nice to get because you just generally don't accumulate a lot of them, so it's nice to get. I like that, nothing wrong with that. So we do have some plastics. One package of plastics here. They are from Lunker City, the Swimming Ribster. I like the name. The 4-inch Swimming Ribster in Lime Truce. I like the name of the color too. I'm gonna open these up, I'll show you. So these are a great color, very flashy, big, long tail. So the first part of the body is pretty chunky and solid, but then it really quickly tapers down to this narrow tail, and then it's got this big paddle tail on it. The color, Lime Truce, I love it. It's very flashy. Again, I'll use it in that dark water. This will bring out the smallmouth bass really quickly, and I suspect I will get a number of pike on here, and I probably will also get some walleye on here. So this will be a good multi-use plastic. Catchco Pro Series spinnerbait. Spinnerbait, of course, classic bass lure, and around here in particular pike will go after this. So again, sort of a multi-use lure. It's a 3/8 ounce gray shad color. Other than that, you got the nice blades on there. It's a pretty standard spinnerbait. Good color, nice white. The blade is the silver and the gold combo, which usually works out pretty good. Nothing wrong with that. I'll give that a try in the spring. Obviously, I can't use it ice fishing. Ooh, we got a big bait here. I love big lures. Big lures for big fish. You want big fish, you got to throw out a big lure. This is the Gill Raker from Strike Pro. It is a sinking swim bait. Open this up, I'll show you. So this is a hard-bodied, jointed swim bait with a rubber tail, and I like that they include a replacement tail in case that rubber gets bitten off or, you know, lost or worn out or whatever. It's nice to have that replacement. You don't get that in a lot of other lures, so good on you, Strike Pro, for just including it instead of charging, you know, $3 or something to go and buy a replacement. The lure itself, it's a hard-bodied, jointed swim bait, and the joints on this feel pretty smooth. Doesn't have a wide range of movement, I guess from that locking, but it looks like it'll be enough. It does move pretty good. I imagine that will cause some noise in the water if it's going in and out like that. I imagine this rubber tail will give it some good action. It's got a little rubber fin on the top too. The color is really good. It's a nice natural color. I've been fishing and catching Cisco or Tullaby or lake herring, depending what you call them where you are, a lot lately, and this actually looks just exactly like a small one swimming through the water, so that's pretty cool. It's a very realistic color combination, aside from obviously the orange belly, but yeah, just all around a really neat lure. Good size. I imagine big lure like this, I'm going to catch some big bass, and in particular, some big pike. Pike are everywhere around here, and you can always catch some monsters, so the bigger the lure you throw for those, the bigger pike you're going to get. It's always a ton of fun. Last but certainly not least, the Vexan Fat Boy Deep Thud series of lures. So this is a dive depth of 12 feet. It's a 3/4 ounce lure. If I can get it out of the package here, I will show you. You can probably hear the rattle already. Killer Crawdad is the color, PB1210 the model. So Vexan is a bait company that I have just recently started to get familiar with. Really cool products. I have some of their ice fishing stuff now, and I've been enjoying it a lot. So I'm really looking forward to open water where I can try out some of these bigger lures from them, because they're looking pretty good. This one, as you can see, has a huge belly profile. That's why it's called the Fat Boy. I love the name of it. I love that big, chunky profile with the narrow tail. Something about that just, it strikes me as really effective. The crawdad color on here is really nice. That orange with all the black sort of details, looking like a shell. Big diving bill, so that's where you get your dive depth of 12 feet from. And as you can probably hear, big thumping rattle in it. That's where you get that Deep Thud name. And the interesting thing about this, you can kind of hear it's got one small ball bearing in there making more of a high-pitched rattle, and then it's got one big one in there giving it that background big thud. So that deep thud in the background with that high pitch sort of as the main attractant. It's a really interesting sound. It should make a lot of noise in the water. It should bring in a lot of interest in the water from bass and, of course, pike. That'll definitely be an effective lure in the spring. Really happy with that. That's it for this box. Of course, we always get the literature. So you got your little Dibble fold-out article. So it's got a couple articles on the inside. It's got a word search and some other stuff on the back. Always fun to read through that. We got a sticker. I always like getting stickers. I throw them on my tackle boxes. And of course the what's in the box card. Gives you a list of everything that's in the box and the retail prices, values of it. Of course, being in Canada, these are pretty useless to me because the exchange rate and availability of everything really throws off all the pricing. So I don't pay too much attention to that. But looking at what I got in this box, I'm pretty happy. I will, because of last box being so good, and now this box really being a high quality box, I'm going to carry on with the subscription. It feels like they're kind of working out the kinks. The issues that I had with the earlier boxes, sort of not feeling like I was getting my value out of paying that extra money, I feel like that's been improved. The last box and this box, really, really good. The lures are appropriate, the colors are great, the sizes are good. I love that, you know, that big swim bait. The brand names are really high quality brand names. I'm not getting anything like I feel is just filler. So all in all, happy with this box. It's a good box. I'm going to carry on with it. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of your boxes, what you guys think of what I'm getting, because I know in the past I've gotten some different boxes from what other people are getting for the same month. And And I don't know if that's just a border thing or shipping or what's going on there, but let me know if I'm missing something that you guys are getting, or if you guys are missing things that I have in this one. I'm always curious to see that and just see how it compares to what everybody else is getting, just because of the issues I've had in the past. But aside from that, let me know what you think of this box. Let me know what you think of these lures. As always, if you're not already, you can follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/TrueNorthWilds, on Instagram @TrueNorthWilds, and of course our blog site. If you like to read, I like to write, TrueNorthWilds.com. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I will see you outside.